Justin Baldoni is addressing criticism of how his new film, It Ends With Us, handles the subject of domestic violence. The film, adapted from the popular 2016 Colleen Hoover novel of the same name, focuses on the relationship between Lily Bloom, played by Blake Lively, and Justin's character, an abusive husband named Ryan Kincaid. While some fans have accused the film of glorifying or romanticizing the subject matter of domestic violence, Justin, who also directed the film, addresses the critique, telling the Associated Press in a new interview that critics, quote, are absolutely entitled to that opinion, and it makes perfect sense as to why they would feel that way. He continues, "Look, we live in a culture where unfortunately too many things are glorified, and we are fighting for attention." Adding, "Also, if anybody has had that real-life domestic violence experience, I can imagine how hard it would be to imagine their experience being in a romance novel. To them, I would just offer that we were very intentional in the making of this movie." The filmmaker also opened up on the Today Show about partnering with the organization No More, a foundation dedicated to ending domestic violence, on the film.
Yeah, well, I think that's the challenge, right? Because what is a typical abuser or a typical victim? I think that there is no typical anything. I think that unhealthy relationships on a spectrum, and this was a really important one. So, we partnered with our dear friends at No More. It was the only way that I could direct this movie is if I had a group of women specifically behind me who are specialists in this space. And from the very beginning, we worked very hard to create a very truthful and honest story that could reflect the reality of what millions and millions of people go through every day.
Star Blake Lively also seemingly addressing the criticism, taking to her Instagram stories on August 13th to share an interview clip of herself speaking with the BBC on August 8th at the London premiere, addressing the film's darker themes.
This movie covers domestic violence, but what's important about this film is that she is not just a survivor and she's not just a victim. And while those are huge things to be, they're not her identity. She's not defined by something that someone else did to her or an event that happened to her, even if it's multiple events. She defines herself. And I think that that's deeply empowering to remind people that no one else can define you. No experience can define you. You define you. You really feel like we delivered a story that's emotional, and it's fun, and it's funny, and it's painful, and it's scary, and it's tragic, and it's inspiring, and that's what life is.
Blake shares the clip along with the message. Thank you to everyone who came out to show that people want to see films about women and the multitudes we hold. It Ends With Us is a story of the female experience, all the highest highs and lowest lows, and we are so proud of it. The star also shares information for the National Domestic Violence Hotline on her Instagram story.